Russian sources close to the military have reported with an urgent notice that the submarine Novorossiysk suffered 10 incidents while on duty, including a fuel leak directly into the hold, navigational problems, and a periscope failure. The Novorossiysk is now heading to Kronstadt, where the crew will be replaced and a decision will be made on whether the vessel can be saved. NATO is openly laughing. The Russian fleet has become a museum of Soviet junk. The boat may be afloat, but it can't perform combat missions. Any engineer will tell you it's junk, said a VChK-OGPU insider. According to British analyst H.I. Sutton, the submarine is returning to the Baltic Sea in a surfaced position, meaning it is effectively incapable of submerging. Sutton noted that this accident is a clear example of the profound deterioration of the Russian Navy. Since the start of the war, Russia has lost the ability to move its submarines between the Black and Mediterranean seas and has also lost support in the ports of Cyprus and Syria. Now, to undergo repairs or rotation, submarines are forced to sail 4,000 kilometers to the Baltic. The Novorossiysk's breakdown has become a symbol of the disintegration of Russian naval power. The Kremlin can no longer even threaten, only fix its toys. Sutton writes in Naval News, the icing on the cake was NATO's response. The Swedish military announced that it had detected and was pursuing a Russian Kilo-class submarine in the Baltic Sea. According to the Swedish Navy, the submarine entered through the Great Belt Strait and is now moving through the Kattegat under the observation of its Navy and Air Force. This submarine, observers note, is most likely the Novorossiysk, recently spotted off the coast of France. It's a paradox. A submarine that was supposed to remain invisible has now become the most photographed in Europe. Western journalists joke. The submarine, which Moscow once called a threat to NATO, has now become a symbol of the technical and moral decay of the Russian military. Leaks, malfunctions, towing and panic. This is the real face of the world's second army. The Novorossiysk was meant to be a show of Russian strength, but instead it has become a floating reminder of how far the country has fallen from a once formidable navy to a floating disgrace. Russia's Black Sea Fleet dismissed those reports as false, saying in a statement carried by state news agencies that the Novorossiysk had no malfunctions and surfaced in the English Channel in accordance with international sailing protocols while turning from a planned deployment into the Mediterranean. The Novorossiysk, which joined the Black Sea Fleet in 2024 after entering service a decade earlier, is an updated version of the Kilo-class diesel-electric submarine and is equipped with Caliber cruise missiles. It is quieter than most of Russia's nuclear-powered submarines and is designed primarily for operations in shallow waters near home ports.
There are reports of renewed active fighting on the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan between the armies of the two countries. The Pakistan armed forces have launched a massive counter-attack in response to the Afghan Taliban regime's attack on Bab-e Dosti on the Chuman-Spin-Boldak border crossing along the Pakistan-Afghanistan international border. Clashes erupted between Pakistani and Afghan forces in a remote northwestern border region. State-run media in Pakistan accuse Afghan troops of opening unprovoked fire. Pakistani forces responded on Tuesday, damaging Afghan tanks and military posts, according to Pakistan TV and two security officials who spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media. A deputy police spokesperson in Afghanistan's Khost province confirmed the clashes but provided no further details. This is the second time this week that Pakistan and Afghanistan have traded fire along their long border. According to Pakistan's state-run media, Afghan forces and Pakistani Taliban jointly opened fire at a Pakistani post, without provocation, prompting what the media described as a strong response from Pakistani troops in Kurram, a district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Security officials said Pakistan's military also destroyed a sprawling training facility of the Pakistani Taliban. There was no immediate comment from Pakistan's military, which has been on high alert since Saturday, when both sides traded fire across multiple border regions, resulting in dozens of casualties on each side. Although the clashes halted on Sunday after appeals from Saudi Arabia and Qatar, all border crossings between Pakistan and Afghanistan remained closed.
انزل تعریف دی 2025 د سمر میاشت په داخل بازار کې څنګه د کیف ولا شوب له راخیسي دي دا د روان دي د داخل بازار کې د ور روان دي شډیر په تعداد
Guru da ajini wali di Pakistan time inshallah rayasti sheyewli
روان دي بولدک زورور جنگ روان دا خلک شورما څخه نه باسي ډېر نه ولته جګړه روانه
لا دي قاعد يستوي والله سنجايدين وروان